Yeah, you're here. I'm here. We're both here for the same reason. We fucking suck. We can't play Beat It, so we're here. All right. This solo, it's tough, man. It's a doozy. All right. It is. Let's give it a go. And after we give it a go, we're going to talk about it. All right. How does that sound? All right. Oh, yeah. Give me those knocks. I think we'll take that as a W. I don't know. You know, there's a couple things that could have been better, but whatever. Let's talk about it. This solo it's fun. It's like the greatest hits of Ed, really. There's some stuff that Ed does in other solos that are really cool that we'll get into in other videos, but this one has a lot of Edisms, you know. It's got some like bluesy microtonal bends in it. It's got the fives. It's got some really cool shit. So yeah, let's dive in. I start this on the G string. We're in E flat, by the way. Started on the G. I start on the third count, and I start with the bar dipped down already, and I flick it, right? I'll just flick it around maybe the second fret or third fret, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you flick the thing, and once you flick the thing, on 3, you bring it up, and then on 4, you will come up and hit the first fret, and then slide up to the second fret, and then slide up to the third fret. You keep it up, so it goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna bend that up. You're gonna bend that third fret up a little bit, and then right before you slide, you're gonna release it a tiny bit. And then you're going to slide to 7. And then when you're at 7, you're going to tap the 14th fret. You're going to get that harmonic. So you're going to go. You're going to slide up to 9 after you tap that 7th fret. So you're going to go. And then you're going to slide that up to 12. And then you're done with that phrase. So that sounds like this. 1, 2. All right. Next phrase starts on the E. Starts with the tap. It starts on E, 15th fret. You're going to tap the 15th fret, and then you're going to pull that off to 10, and then you're going to go 14, 15, 14, 12, 10. And you're going to do 14, 15, 14, 12, 10 3 times in a row. You're going to go. And then you're going to do that on the B string. 14, 15, 14, 12, 10. And all we're doing is just all legato and tap. So we're tapping it 1 time. So we're going 2, 3, and then 2. And then after the second time, we're going to hit 13. And we're going to hammer that on. We're going to go 13, 12, 13, hammer, pull, you know? Hammer, pull, hammer, right? And then you're going to slide that up to the 20th fret. All right, so that should sound like this. We have 3 and then 2. That's how you remember it if you're counting in your head when you're doing this. So the whole phrase should go tap, and I naturally slide it. I just did it there. Ed does not do that. Ed, I don't know what fingers he uses. I don't know if he goes or if he goes. I truly don't think it matters that much. But those are the notes, and then he slides it up. to the 20th fret. And the next section has the 5s in it. So really quick, this one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then hammer, hammer, pull, and then slide up to the 20th fret. All right. Once we slide up, then we're going to start on the B. And what we're going to do is do 12, 15, 19 on the B. We're going to pick down 1 and then hammer, hammer. And then we're going to do E string 12, 19, 15, 12, and then B string 19. But the thing that we're doing here that's specific is the picking. Eddie upstrokes the E string every time during this phrase because it's how he plays his 5s, which, you know, he does it in eruption, like he does them in I'm the One, and he does them in other spots too, but this spot is particularly difficult because it's not on an open string, you know, so makes it kind of hard to mute, especially that G string. Makes it hard to mute the G string. So the 5s lick is just an upstroke on. Let's talk about how he gets to the 5s really quick. So he gets to the 5s like so, like that, and that E is upstroke. So it's down 15, 19 on the B, and then up. So 12, 15, 19 down, hammer, hammer, and then up on the E. 12, and then 19 is hammer, pull, 15, pull, 12, and then 19 on the B, and then you start the 5s lick. So to get into the 5s lick, you have down, up, and then up on 12 on the E, and then 15 on the B, or sorry, I'm so dorky. 12 on the E, 19 on the B, 15, 12 on the B, and then 19 on the G. And all we're doing is upstroking the E. Everything else is hammered on. And he does that twice. So he goes... And then on the third time, he stops it on the B once he's on the 12th fret. And then he upstrokes 12 on the E and then rakes that down to the B, 12, 12. And then he goes 14 on the G, bends it up to 15, but then once he bends it up, he slides it up to that note, 15, slide back down to 14, resolve on 12. So, and then bend up to 15 on the B, pull it back down, and then pull that off to 12. And then this is where the tap is. So it's... And then he slides it. So he taps on 15, slides it, and then flicks it to 15, 12, and then picks it 15, 12. And then he grabs 14 on the G, bends it up a little bit, comes back down, and then 12, and then he goes down on the whammy bar. You know, that's always fun. So with that, we have all right, and then next we have the pinch harmonic of doom. It's on the 9th fret of the G string. It goes up to 11. And then it comes back down to 7, 9. Dip that whammy stick down once, and then come back down to 7. And then give that sucker some vibrato. And then slide it down to the 2nd fret, and you're done with the phrase. All right, so let's talk about the 5s really fast. It's okay if you downstroke them. I think I did it in my last video. And another thing I have a tendency to do that's kind of annoying to myself is you guys might find yourselves doing this, you might not. Maybe you're just goated. But I have to like actively think about that section when I'm doing the fives, the part right before the fives, the down up, and then hammer on beat. I have a tendency to go instead of, so I my middle finger gets a little happy there. So I don't know if that's gonna happen to you guys, but if it does, just be a little cautious. It's a little happy mistake, but still. All right. Anyways, other tips for fives is it's okay to downstroke them like this. If it gets the job done, you know, if it's easier, it makes it easier for you guys, it's okay. You can practice them in other areas, like you can maybe do diminish. What would be diminish? You know, there's just like, there's like, you can make up your own little shapes with these same ideas, right? Just to practice it and get it under your skin, under your fingers, so you're familiar with what fives feel like whenever you approach the solo. It's never easy, but you can make it easier for yourself just by you know, repetition, making sure all the notes are audible. And I think other tips for these fives would be feel free to bar it. Some people bar their fingers. I can't really do that, but I believe Eddie might have barred his fingers actually, and maybe even possibly muted the G string with the index finger. So he might have barred 12-12 on the B and the E while he did these licks. I'm unsure. I don't know. But that might help, maybe barring it and maybe even like, I don't know. The hardest part of the lick is the G string, that last note on the G string, that's the hardest part, is making that audibly ring out both times. So anyways, I think that's about all the advice I can think of for the fives. And then maybe also the last thing I would say with the fives is imagine like when you're playing it, just be really precise with your left hand. All of your fingers should kind of almost feel robotic with their evenness and timing and precision when they're hitting the fretboard for that kind of stuff, right? I'm not perfect. I don't get them right every time. I flub it. I flub the G string. It happens, you know. Anyways, yeah, we can move on now. So this next section, it's got a little bit of stuff going on. It's got like this microtonal blues thing Ed does on the third time. So I look at it like it's 4 times, right? So the first time he slides up on the B from 2 to 5. So it goes 2, 5, so like that, and then pull off 3, and then pull off to 0. So you have, and after the first one, then you dip the bar down. And when you dip the bar down, you meet that 5th fret note like that. But it's much, much faster. So first time it would go, second time. And then right after the second time going into the third one, it's very quick going into it because the third one lasts longer coming up to the note on the 5th fret. So it would be like... And then after the third one, when you come back down, you're gonna kind of give that a micro bend and then pull it off. So it would be like this. It would be like that instead of, you know, it's not completely straight on the third time through. It's got a little eddy. It's got a little eddyism inside of that one. It's got some pizzazz. So after the third one, the next one is, I believe it's also slow, but it's just straight. 3 pull off. There's no micro bend or anything. It's just on the third one through that's got the micro bend. So all in all, it would be. And then he's gonna grab 2, pinch it on the G, and bend it up a little bit. And then after that, so that whole phrase should sound like this. Let's do it a little slow. It'd be. All right, that's that. The next phrase starts with an eddyism as well. He does this in a lot of songs on a lot of records. He slides up to the 13th fret of the G string. So, and then he hits the 12th fret of the E. And then he hits the 15th fret of the B and bends it up. So we have, and then 12, 12, E, B, and then 15 on the E. Bend that sucker up. Give her some juice, man. Oh, sorry. Whoops. And then back down. 12, 12, EB. And then 14 on the G. Bend that up a little bit. Come back down. I don't know if he actually goes back. Let me see. Yeah, he does. So 14, bend up a little bit, bend it back down, 12 on the G, and then come back to 14. I think that's what he does. He kind of bends it back up after he comes back to it. He goes. It's kind of a little wonky, but all right. So after that, we have some more tapping, of course. This lick is it's kind of hard to do it exactly like Ed. There's a part where he speeds it up, like and slows it down, right? So he slows it down first and then speeds it up. So we'll go over the notes first, and then we'll go over like how he times it. So the notes are: it starts on the B. It starts on 15, yeah. So it's 15, 8, 13 on the B, and then 15, 8, 12 on the E. And then we go back on the B, 15, 8, 12. And then we just repeat all these, right? So it starts 15, 8, 13, then 15, 8, 12. So, and that's where he kind of slows down. So he goes, and then he speeds it up right there. It's hard to explain, but if you listen, you can go listen to the isolated track and you'll hear it and you'll be like, oh, so it's and the last phrase, the last tap of that is 15 on the B, 15 on the B, 12 on the B, and then hammer on 13 on the E, and then tap 17, and then pull off to 10, and then you're gonna and you tap that 3 times. So note for note, it would be and I don't know if he slides that down, but I know after this 3 times, after he taps that 3 times, he slides back up to the 13th fret of the G, his little blue stuff, and then he hits open E and B, and then he does this little unison bend and he gives that B string some vibrato, so it's 12 on the B, 12 on the E, 15 on the B. And he bends that 15th fret up and gives it some vibrato, and he hits the E once, and then he starts the tremolo picking on the 14th fret. So it's, and then 15, 17, I feel like he kind of yanks that up a little bit just a time. I don't know. So it's like, you're just following the scale here. And this is another part that people might misconceive. Is that the right word? Well, whatever the right word is. It is the 21st fret. It's not the 22nd fret. Eddie only had 21 frets on this guitar that he recorded with. So, you bend that. You give it a big boy bend. And pick it. And that's it, you know, and then you slide it down or whatever. However you want to end it, right? Man, yeah. Solo's tough, man. Solo's really hard. I hope you guys are able to at least learn a little bit from that. I'm trying to think of like maybe some like post-it notes for this solo that I could go over really quick. But I think I went over everything besides maybe on the tapping section. If it makes it any simpler for you guys, like on the first tapping section when he goes, just look at it like he's just shifting that same shape down a string. He's just shifting this shape down. And the shape always starts like this. It always starts with this note here. Sorry. So if you can just imagine that for that little part, that it just shifts down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That might make that a little easier. Besides that, I feel like I demonstrated this hopefully decently enough. I think the only other thing I could help you out with is on the final tap section when he goes. I like to end that. I like to go like this. Personally, me, I go same as him. So I go, but I don't end it like this. I don't go. I go, which is, you know, it's a little easier. It might possibly be a little bit less musical, but it's so fast. It's like, who cares? And then I like to dip the bar down. So I like to go like a. And I like to grab the E with my thumb. And then dip that sucker down and then do the unison bend. So yeah, that's how I would do it, like this. Anyways, yeah, I think that's it. I think we've covered this solo. I don't think there's anything I'm missing. If there is, I'm sorry. Anyways, I love you guys. And I will do more lessons and make them uncut because I don't feel like doing edits. Not right now. I'll have some higher quality videos sometime soon, but you know, I'm trying this no edit thing out, seeing how it rolls through. So yeah. Anyways, until next time, peace out, guys. Peace out.